He ain't lying.
What I've come to realize is it's either a woman likes you or she doesn't. If you have to apply pressure, then you're just begging her to like you.
Good job, my brother. We rocking with you.
Men with money treat women exactly how women treat men who don't have any money.
Only time women give kudos to men if he is homosexual. I have no problem with that, you know what I'm saying? When they get married, you know, it'd be all a whole nother conversation. And the guys who are pandering, like placating and giving them, saying everything, saying all the stuff they want to hear. When the guys are strong, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, and he get women, they say, well, only reason he get women because he has that. Only reason you talk to him because he has that. If he didn't have that, you wouldn't talk to him. You wouldn't even look his way.
You'd rather hold your dignity? You ain't holding no lady in your bed because you scared you holding your dignity because you ain't getting no play if you not approaching nobody.
Is it just me, or is watching women beg for attention and beg for men to approach getting more and more cringe? Like, in the midst of her trying to shame men for retaining their dignity, she's losing all of hers. Literally, through the art of shaming, begging men to approach and begging men to give her attention.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
Facts. Some women aren't realizing that by demanding so much out of men, by having all these crazy expectations, what's gonna happen, these men aren't gonna want to date anymore. A lot of them already don't want to anymore, but it's gonna keep getting worse. A lot of men have to work a lot of hours just to cover the basic necessities. If he knows he also has to financially support you, he might not see a relationship as even worth it unless you're bringing something of value to it.
Can I ask you out?
Why not?
Awesome. It's our closing time. We need to get out of here. Get out of here.
That is so tough.
Anyways, take a look at this LED vintage style sign right here. It is waterproof, can be used for outdoor, come with a minimum 3 years warranty. What kind of business do you have for awesome vintage style sign like this? Let me know in the comments and follow LC Shine.
A lot of men think that they are it. They are the prize. They have to get chose. They can make the decisions. It's them.
A few moments later.
Oh, but look. When a woman's being wined and dined by multiple men at the same time, does she have to pick? Or does she have the right to allow all those men to prove themselves?
Okay.
You gotta say yes or no.
Okay, I'm gonna let you answer that. Go over there real quick. Okay, I'm not gonna hold you. Deal with. So, like.
Gotcha, bitch.
Fatality.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So I got a video for you guys of a man that was doing an interview with two young ladies, and as you can see in the intro, this woman got caught in her own hypocrisy. Yeah, she was popping off real fast until he hit her with that Uno reverse card, and then all of a sudden, now all of a sudden she looked like she got a speech problem. And you see how the camera zoomed in on her, that facial expression told you everything you needed to know. I'm gonna go ahead and run it back from the top. And I think I got like another part of that interview as well as somebody else, a woman of all people, sharing her thoughts on this interview as well. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
I feel like a lot of men think that they are it. They are the prize. They have to get chose. They can make the decisions. It's them.
Well, if they're getting
what we do,
if they're getting chose, then I don't see how their reality tells them that's what it is.
Right, but they think that 5 girls, women, whatever, choosing them is, oh, they're top, they're him, that's it. But that's not really
the reason why a man would think that. Like, say 5 beautiful women want him. You know how choosy women are?
Yes.
So if 5 choosy women choose on one guy,
then he gotta tell 4 of them, all right, I'm good, I got 1.
But how is that?
They're gonna choose all 5. That's my point. Men are gonna choose all 5.
Because that's how we're wired to be.
Yeah, but for what? Why?
But what if all 5 girls is giving him the same thing? What if one of them aren't sticking out?
You have to pick. This isn't polygamy.
But look. When a woman's being wined and dined by multiple men at the same time, does she have to pick?
or does she have the right to allow all those men to prove themselves?
Okay.
You gotta say yes or no.
Okay, I'm gonna let you answer that. Go over there real quick. Okay, I'm not gonna hold you. Do it. So like.
But you just said you're in a season of having your.
Answer the question. Why you get so quiet? Over there looking like a fake ass Mariah Mills. In case y'all don't know who Mariah Mills is, that's the woman that's been making Zion Williamson life a living hell for like the last year or so. But you see the hypocrisy in this. Basically, off of her reaction, what she's basically is trying to tell the audience is that only women should be allowed to exercise their options and men shouldn't be able to. That's basically what I got based off of her reaction. Because look at her demeanor, her attitude, the way she was speaking. But the moment he put the ball in her court and said, okay, well, when the tables are turned, then what? Now all of a sudden she want to crack a smile. Now all of a sudden you can't answer the question. Now all of a sudden you got to think. Oh man, I tell you, bro. Y'all women need to stop doing these interviews and shit. Y'all be telling on y'allself.
So say if Chris Brown walks in here right now and 5 women decide they want to go in the back right now and do what they need to do, is he obligated to cooperate with any of those women if they decided they wanted more from Chris Brown?
Absolutely not.
All right, so now there's men out there, not to Chris Brown's level, but has similar dynamics, just like women have that dynamic with on an everyday basis with men, where I don't have to give you what you want, even though you decided to move forward in a way that you felt like you were investing a lot, whether it's sex, whether it's time. That's all I'm saying. Because if you feel like men shouldn't feel a way about paying for drinks, taking on dates, and shouldn't expect nothing from you, a woman shouldn't feel a way about having sex and giving her time to a man that she offered it. But see, you're not thinking about the theme of the situation.
No, because it's two different things, regardless of the fact.
So what makes it different?
Because sex, like I'm giving my body, me to you. That's a totally different thing than
so
you
what does that? But what does that have to do with me?
Because what I'm saying is, you can't offer to buy me a drink and then expect me to have sex with you. That's not how that goes.
And you can't have sex with me and expect me to commit to you.
Okay.
But that was the whole foundation of the point when she said he has to choose one out of the 5, right or wrong. That's what you said.
Right, but okay, so y'all have sex, whatever. But the thing is, don't expect to continuously be with me.
Like a lot of men think that they are it. They are the prize. They have to get chose. They can make the decisions. It's them.
Well, if they're getting
what we do.
If they're getting chose, then I don't see how their reality tells them that's what it is.
Right, but they think that 5 girls, women, whatever, choosing them is, they're top, they're him, that's it. But that's not really.
The reason why a man would think that, like say 5 beautiful women want him, you know how choosy women are?
Yes.
So if 5 choosy women choose on one guy,
then he gotta tell 4 of them, all right, I'm good, I got one. The
but how is that?
They're gonna choose all 5. That's my point. Men are gonna choose all 5.
Because that's how we're wired to be.
Yeah, but for what? Why?
What if all 5 girls is giving him the same thing? What if one of them aren't sticking out?
You have to pick. This isn't polygamy.
But look. When a woman's being wined and dined by multiple men at the same time, does she have to pick? Or does she have the right to allow all those men to prove themselves?
This is how I know I am more balanced between my logical and emotional thinking. Because what he said would have been exactly my question. A lot of you women tell other women all the time to make sure you keep your options open, make sure you have a roster, this, that, and the third, right? So I don't understand why it bothers y'all when a man has a roster, keeps his options open, and thinks that he is a king just because of the fact that he's got 5 bitches who are lined up trying to get to know him. Y'all all want a man to choose one, and he choose the wrong fucking one, right? Instead of allowing him to take the time to make sure that he chooses the right one, the one who brings him peace, the one who is not going to be combative, the one that actually is on her shit, the one that's healed, the one that's, doing this, that, and the third, right? Morals and values align with who he is and whatever the case may be, right? But y'all worrying about making sure you get wined and dined. So it's okay for you to have multiple people wine and dine you, but it's not okay for a man to have multiple women that he's making sure that he actually chooses the right one. Now, if that man wants to be a hoe and continuously lie and say, nah, it's only you, when it's 5 women, that's just an ain't shit man, y'all. But if the man was going to be honest with y'all and tell you, listen, I am dating, which means that I am open to other people as well to make sure that I'm choosing the right one before I make a commitment, y'all can't be mad at that because y'all be doing the exact same thing. Just because you know you want to be with that man within 24 hours does not mean that that man needs to know he wants to be with you within 24 hours. Y'all always expecting men to treat you the exact same way that y'all think, but not realizing that you have to allow men to be men and think the way they think. Walk the way they walk, do what they want to do. Now, I'm not talking about disrespectful ass men. Those men, what I'm not talking about. I'm talking about men who are actually genuinely trying to take their time and find the right woman. And there might be a line of 5 women, right? And that's okay. He is the king. Shit, if there's 5 women lining up to want to be with him, how's he not fucking a prize? Clearly, he's something that 5 women want. Just like you a prize if you got 5 niggas hit lining up for y'all. There's no difference. Y'all see the double standard? Do y'all understand it now?
To be honest with you, I think they've always understood the double standard. They just don't like it and they don't want to accept it. I think this is one of the reasons why women always had an issue with men that have options. This also kind of brings me back to the video that I did a couple of days ago of the woman getting upset because men are willing to date less attractive women in order to get the other things that they value more than just beauty. And I think this is also a reason why women get upset when we tell men to deal with the women that actually like you. See, the reason why women have a problem with men giving other men that advice, because it puts women at a disadvantage and it takes away their leverage when it comes to dating and relationships. Because if you're dealing with a woman that you had to put in a lot of effort in order to obtain her, or whatever it may have you, you know what I mean, she's gonna feel like she got the leverage, you know, and you got women telling other women this as well. So, you know, it does kind of clash, but you don't really hear men shaming other women for dealing with the men that they like. And I would actually argue that men actually tell women to deal with the men that really like them. So that way there's more of a genuine connection. But the problem is that a lot of women that have probably came across good men, they just don't want them, or maybe they're just not attracted to them. Let's keep it moving.
Tinder's implementing a height filter to allow women to filter out men below their preferred height. Now implement a weight filter to allow men to filter out women above their preferred weight, so they don't get fooled by the photoshopped pictures just to find out in person that she's a double XL.
I have your number. King. What about yours? What's your name?
My name is Deja.
I'm gonna hit you up. We'll still meet soon.
Did y'all catch that? That same woman that approached him and came to him literally walked in the door holding hands with another man. Now, for y'all that don't know who that is, he goes by King. He is 6'8". He does a lot of videos like that, literally just exposing women approaching him. These women are not being approached by him. They are walking up to him simply because he's in shape and 6'8". He is the prototype of what a lot of women find attractive. And she didn't make that difficult for him at all. And that was with her walking into the same establishment hand in hand with another man. So just imagine what women will do, and you've seen it before if you follow him, when they're just by themselves. And y'all really expect men to just chase y'all. Y'all crazy as fuck, bro. Not when men are seeing shit like that. Clearly, y'all make it easier for the men that y'all actually really are attracted to and actually like. So that's why men are moving the way they are moving, because they want that same desire. And you can't be mad at them for it. That's on y'all.
You have an easier time the more attractive you present yourself.
Because if I was to ask a woman, hey, how can I become more attractive to a woman? She might say to me is, be nice.
That's almost always the response is, I want a kind man. I want a man who I feel safe with. I want a man who is loving. And usually the guy in question is listening to that and be like, what the fuck's the problem? Kind of shit. Like, I don't get it. Like, I need to be kinder. And they start to lean into that even more. I don't think that these women are necessarily lying to these men, but they're leaving out the most important part, which is that women do want those things that they list off when men ask them that question. They just want them from the men that they're attracted to. They want the men they're attracted to be kind and to be loving and to be generous and to make them feel safe. But it's not like being kind and generous and making women feel safe is going to lead them to feeling attracted to you. That's the part that women leave out. When a woman is attracted to a man, she will remove as many obstacles or obstructions to that relationship as possible, which basically means she's going to be available, she's not going to be difficult, she's going to work with the logistics that work for him, she's going to come to him on his time. Like, she's going to do as much as she can to make it easy for her to fit into that man's life. On the whole, makes that relationship less expensive for that man, etc., which also on the whole makes it more likely that he will move forward with that relationship. Flip side of that, if a woman doesn't really like you, like you're not potentially her best option, but she considered entering into a relationship with you, she's going to want more. Whether she's conscious of it or not, she's expecting to be compensated for the opportunity cost of not spending her time and giving a relationship to men that she might prefer. So the guys that women like less end up paying more. They have to give the commitment. They have to go out of their way. They have to make grander gestures. In fact, this is one of the main ways that men throughout history have secured access to women that might have been a little bit more attractive than they could otherwise get, is that they give them marriage, which is something that a lot of women really want. And a lot of the more attractive men who have a lot of optionality won't give them. So that's how a man who's less attractive is able to kind of level the playing field with more attractive men. The less attractive men can offer something that they're not willing to do, namely exclusive commitment.
Yeah, shout out to Psych Hacks again. Yeah, he's 100% correct. I've said this all the time. I wanted to use that King clip because I thought that was like a really, really good example. I'm like, actually, he's a great example, again, if any of y'all follow King. Because here's the thing, man. I think this is one of the reasons why women are getting so frustrated in the dating market. Men have woke up to this realization that, damn, you mean to tell me women, the same way men categorize women are doing the same thing to us. So anytime a man sees that he has to put in more work than, let's say, another man, or because as much as women think men don't talk and share notes, we actually do that. So when, let's say, one of us here like, oh, this dude hit on the first date, or this dude smashed and he ain't take her out on the date, meanwhile she's over here expecting you to wine and dine her. Ladies, when men hear that, see that, hear y'all talking like that, that's turning men off. That's making men check out. Like, why would I put that kind of effort in to try to get the same end result when you gave it to somebody else that didn't have to put in the same effort? Essentially, what you're saying is that you don't really like me like that. If I literally have to like convince you and persuade, you don't really like me like that. What did y'all see in that clip that King had to do to persuade her to give her his number? He didn't have to do anything. He was just standing there minding his business. This woman walked in with a whole nother man holding hands, and he still didn't have to put out any effort to get that girl's number. If she made it that easy and she walked in with somebody, you think she gonna make it even harder to for him to slap cheeks? She know damn. I'm like, because I guarantee you, if she was willing to do that, she should be smart enough to know that there's other women that were willing to approach him and come at him aggressive like she did. Y'all let me know what you thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel as well as the live show channel. Both links are in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.
Mm-hmm.